What's up, guys? It's your boy, Dope Randy, back at it again with another video. As this time, we're going to be going to Bristol Motor Speedway for the night race, the best pro shops NRA night race to be exact. The last race we did was the conclusion to the round of 8. And we finally got a win that I needed. Our third of the season after a controversial DQ from Cam Black, who is no longer in the playoffs because of that lag or whatever that was. And we just did what Randy does best, and that is just staying out of trouble, being conservative, and wait to the end to strike. We passed Major in turn 2 on the final lap, and that just pounced on it. So, now we go to Bristol. Bristol is one of my favorite tracks, to the chagrin of everybody else. Everybody complains it's way too low. Oh, look, what? Oh, don't know what happened there. But everybody complains it's way too little, way too fast. You can't, oh well, like that, you can't pass, all of that. But that, I say, that's the tough part about Bristol. You have to fit your car you have to put your car in uncomfortable situations, and you just have to go with it. That's the point about Bristol. That's the point about short track racing, and I love short track racing. And that's just a part of short track racing. As someone crashes, there's nowhere to go. So, 7 to go. By the way, this is the round of 8, and the way it's going, there's 3 people: Hunty, TG, and Major Spy. All 3 of them have lapped the field when it comes to points. So I think they're all gonna win a race, honestly. And I kind of hope so, because I am right now 6th on the playoff grid. Mail is ahead. He's in P4. Justin's in P5. Luke is 7th, and Spank is 8th. And the exact totals, I don't even need to say those 3. Mail is +8. Oh, watch it. Oh. I thought he would move, but okay, we're getting wrecked again. Mayo is +8. Or +5. What should I say? +5? Yeah, +5. +5. Justin is -5. I'm -8. Luke is -16. And Spank is like -20 or something like that. So I don't need to win to get into this. I just need some good point. I need a good point staying at Bristol. I can do that. It starts with a good qualifying run. White flag on the qualifying race. I'm just gonna have to commit myself to force it into these turns. That was a damn good turn 1. Turn 3. That was also pretty good. Don't get loose. And it's a 1693. That is just awesome. Awesome. That should get us into the top of the chart. Meanwhile, if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below. As the season is winding down, you want the action's just going to pick up and the tempos are going to flail. So make sure you hit the likes, make sure you hit the sub and the like, and turn on the bell to make sure you know when I go live. I know it's been down lately as far as performance, but I really appreciate y'all sticking through this tough time, and hopefully we can get it turned back around with a good race today. So I appreciate y'all's support. If it wasn't for y'all, there'd be no channel. So we get a nice P3 for the boys. That's awesome. And what's even more awesome is SHAREfactory. He's had a dismal playoff run up to this point. He got the pole at a 91. Major got a 92, and I got a 93. So that's awesome. Step 1, have a great qualifying run, because it's really difficult to pass people here. It's really difficult to pass people here, and it's just, I mean, if you start up front, you don't have to pass anybody, or not that much. So, probably the hardest step completed. And if you noticed, Justin is P8, Mayo is P9. And if you noticed, Spank did not get in this race. That's a shame. That's really a shame, because of a technical problem. Technically it's a technical problem. There was a huge problem in the PSN for Heat 3 right when this race was supposed to happen, and I guess he couldn't get back in. That's an F in the chat for that. As the race is live, when you see T-Mills is back after a hiatus, he's back. So the goal here is, you can't win the race on lap 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. You can't win it early. However, you can put yourself in a good points day by just chilling and doing exactly what I'm doing. Not really pushing the buttons that I need to. Major is out in front. Screb is P2. Now Screb gets loose, and we're going to take P2. That might be one of the easiest passes we will get all day. Because, if y'all notice here, everybody is running the exact same line. Screb gets loose again, as that Lowe's Chevy is just having a tough time coming out of these turns. Now, this is what the doctor ordered, in a way. Well, P2, Major was P1. I felt like we were the fastest two up to this point. Look at the gap we've put on people. And if you notice, we don't see Mayo Coop in the top 5. Justin is barely in the top 5, but it's just 3 points. What are you going to do? It's just 3 points. Mayo is 8. So, if you're looking at it from the numerical side of it, you would want Justin to finish ahead of Mayo. And that's exactly what's going on right now. So we've got 22 laps to go. We've pulled out to a second on T-Mills, TG, and Justin. I'm slowly but surely reeling in Mr. Major Spy. as we get loose, and we're gonna lose some ground. And for Team Mills, he's also in another battle. The top 22 battle. You see, if you win the top 22 in points, you can keep your core number for next season. But if you don't keep it in the top 22, whoever wants his precious 17 can have it. And he can't do anything about it. And I know how much you love Ricky Stenhouse, T-Mills. I know. As Major gets closer, and it's going to allow us to bring us back in a little bit. But T-Mills hasn't been racing lately. He's 21st now in points. 21st, 22nd. It's getting really close. So if he starts racing like this, I think he'll be okay. Because he's got the talent. I mean, heck, anybody in this playoff lobby's got the talent to win. So, just a crapshoot. And that's kind of what my thinking was here. We got 16 laps to go. I could try to pass. I mean, if I can pass Major, well, by God, I'm gonna do it. But you have to look at this from the number side. We got 15 laps to go in stage 1. There's 15 people in this race. Only, there's a 1 in 15th chance I'm going to win this race. That's 7%. About 7%. That is a low number I'm willing to risk. And especially when you're in a battle like I was, because you see, last season I had to win after the Pocono fiasco and all of that. I feel like I had to win. So I could take more chances this year. This round of 8, I feel like I can be a little more conservative and still be okay. Right now, Justin just moved up into 4th place. Still no signs of Mayo in the top 5. So we're coming to 10 laps to go. And I don't think TG, Justin, T-Mills, or anybody is going to catch the two of us. So, as long as we can just... I could take this. I could take this day right now and just go home with it. Because as long as I can get more points, as long as I can make up the deficit and let the next 2 races be even, and I can bet on myself at Pocono in Kansas, which the next race is Kansas. Next race is Kansas. A race that I did win last time we were there. So, I can just take the chances. As you see, Mayo is now in the top 5. But still, we got a 3-point advantage? Yeah, a 3-point advantage. We got 5 laps. As long as I just hold steady, we'll get a nice P2 for the boys. A nice P2 for the boys. As I just continue to hit that wall coming out of the turns, and that just kills the straightaway speed. And it's not allowing me to catch Major in that number 31. And I think you noticed Me and him are about even. Me and him are about even on the short run, but the long run you can just see he's just got it. We got 2 laps to go, and it's really close for 3rd place. As we're coming to the white flag, 1 up to go in stage 1 by Louisiana Hot Sauce, the actual company that's on my call, #cheap plug. As for the final time in stage 1, we're going to get the stage win. We're going to get 2nd. Justin is going to get 3rd. And they're still calculating who's going to be ahead of who. And Mayo falls out of the top 5 and goes to 6th. So that's a 4-point advantage I gained on him. However, he still leads the overall standings by 4 points. I cut the deficit in half in one stage. It went from -8 to -4 for me, and for Justin it's now -2. So really good first stage. If I can fix the long run, maybe I can do something for the win. I would love to win this race. You guys do know I'm from this area. I'm 15 minutes away from the actual track. So, if I could win this race, I would do anything to win this race. Anything. You name it, I will do it. Like right heel, risky move, but as I get a bump, I'm just going to cut down in front of Justin. Because, it was stale. The lane was stale. As we got 27 laps in stage 2. Got 26 to go, though. The lane was stale. But, yeah, anything will be done to win this race. I keep talking about having a good points day. But if I could win this race, sign me up. As long as it's not... as long as it doesn't have a huge downside. So, as you can see here, me and Major are now, like mentioned, like the first stage, we're pretty much even. Pretty much even. We're going to try to get away from from everybody else again, like the last stage. And hopefully, I would take stage 1 and 2 again. I would take it like this. Or not, I would take the full stage over again as I hit the wall. As we do have a problem, and that problem, the 88 is on rails. The 88 is on rails. However, I just have a suspicion when we go to the long run, I got a feeling his Favalane? Yeah, his Favalane Chevy is going to become bad. So, and that was my problem too. On the long run, I became bad too. So, I feel like that's what's going to happen to him. So as long as I keep the deficit we should be okay. As long as I don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. It's around 6 to 7 tenths. Everybody else is gone. So we got 16 laps to go in the stage. As long as nothing happens, we should be A-okay. I am closing in on Major, though. And I give him that was a little high. He just lets us go. We've got the lead again. Well, we're not again. We got the lead for the first time today. We got the lead. Major's gonna try to look under. Oh, we get loose. Oh, that was bad. That was a bad loose. That was just, like you could, that was awkward loose. And to make it even worse, we let the 88 go by. So we're back to third now. But I mean, I would take this because we would still get more stage points than them. As this course just got way too loose over the last couple of laps. And I can't get off the wall. We got 10 laps to go. Mayo is just really aggressive driving at this moment. Hounding Major like a scalded dog. Riding his bumper. That could get you turned at Bristol real quick. That time he delinks off the bumper. He's going to try to go inside. Contact. Got loose. I'm now back in this party, but we get loose immediately. 8 laps to go. They're still side by side. I'm just back here. Seven to go. Oh, then he just hits the wall. Almost just comes down pit road. I thought he did for a second. And we get back ahead of him for P2. But we're on nowhere near done with this stage, though. He's only 3 tenths back. Coming to 5 laps to go. And I got a feeling he's going to try something. He's going to try to do something that I'm not going to like. But we all pulling away from him. 4 laps to go. That long run is really starting to get to him a little bit. He's just going to launch it into the corner. But we'll get that run off. 3 laps to go. As I am just extremely loose. This thing is terrible. He's going to launch it in. Oh, whoa. That's not clean at all, dude. That's not clean. That's not... Oh. A bump? Did I just get the bump and run? I cannot... Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. # cheap plug. And I don't think I'm going to get to him. I'm not going to get to him. Man, that's some bullshit. Like, you have to... drove it in like his life depended on that bitch for P2 and just killed us into the fence. I'm not surprised. It is the playoffs. However, Justin did go back to 7th place, so we all ahead of Justin now in the points. But I mean, I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm not gonna wreck him on purpose or anything. But I mean, that's low. That is low. Stage 3 is live. A lot of time. However, I feel like you have to get ahead. You have to be out in front. We got 60 to go. TG is now in this dance. Mayo is out winning. Major is P2. Mayo gets loose. And he's going to force it up the track. I'm going to go 3 wide. I mean, it was there. I get another bump. I'm not having it this time. I'm just going to throw the block. Bump and run me twice and see what happens. And then... Oh, I got loose! Oh, no! Oh... That did not mean to happen. I got loose. He forced the inside coming out of the turn, then the air just gave way. Aggressiveness just costed him. 56 laps to go. You can't... Like, at Bristol, you can't get beside somebody coming out of a corner because that's going to happen to you. The air is going to be upset and you're just going to turn sideways. And I swear, if you people think that was intentional, then you do not know driving. And I'm looking at some people. I mean, that is just racing. Alright? That was just racing. That he forced it in. The air got upset. I had dirty air. Cars act different in comparison to clean versus dirty air. When I got into dirty air, the car made me loose, and it knocked Mayo into the wall. Now, I'm going to say this. Mayo is not done. If you look, squint, in my mirror, he's back in like 9th. Like 3 seconds back, he can still win this thing. Like, chill. Okay, chill. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So if you think that was intentional and dirty, go find another game to play or go find another sport to watch. So we're in second. Major was winning. We got 50 laps to go. We have a new player in the game as Luke is now in P3. As I lose talent and clip the apron. And Luke is now going to try to pass us. He's also in that field of... I think he can... He can point his way in, but it's going to be extremely difficult. I think he needs to win. Spank, the other playoff driver, he needs to win. The PlayStation maintenance problem got to him. Couldn't race. That's a rip in the comments. No points. And... He already had the least amount of playoff points to begin with, and now it just became worse. So we got 46 laps to go, and we have some cleaning up to do because I got sidetracked by that. We got ahead of Justin in the points. He finished P7. We got 3. We got 3rd. He got 7th. So that 2-point deficit for me turns into a... I got 8. He got 3. No. 4. Yeah. So a 2-point deficit turns into a 2-point gain. Yeah. And we're ahead of him right now. And he's had top 5 speed all day long. He's running good in that number 6 Ford Mustang. But, yeah, the problem is I'm having a pretty darn good race. 2nd, 3rd, and right now running 2nd. As Major just continues to lead. TG and Luke are battling that for 3rd. 2 of the favorites to win this bad boy. TG, the defending winner here at Bristol. Mired in the back. Well, not the back. He's been mired in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th spot the whole race. He's now getting up here to us. He's up to 3rd now. And T-Bone just does the admirable thing. Like a good person, like I know he is. Just gets out of the way. We got 39 laps to go. Now, you're going to notice something here. This is when... This is like the worst the car has been the whole time. 38 laps to go. We are now sliding into the corners. We started doing that towards the end of stage 2. Ever since that bump by Mayo at the end of towards the end of stage 2, we've been sliding the whole time. Ever since then. And it's not good. We're losing time. We're losing time to Major. We're losing time to TG, who's actually catching us. The only good thing is that this me, Major, TG, and Luke, we all pulling away from everybody else in the field. It's 3 seconds back to 5th. But I mean, I feel like I'm the slowest. I feel like I have the slowest amongst the 4 leaders right now, which is kind of a shame. It's a shame, but it is what it is. As Luke comes down pit road, as the window to make it to the end has opened. As now I've got a battle with TG for that 2nd spot as I hit the wall, and I pretty much just tell him to let me go, and we do. So we lose 3rd. We lose 2nd. We go back to 3rd now, and I just had enough of it, and I'm coming down pit road. I've had enough of it. This thing was AIDS. AIDS. That's bad. That was AIDS and a half. If we get a nice 15-second pit stop, that's okay. That's good. It's not the best. It's definitely not the worst, though. As the only pit stop that'll make the whole entire race, TG comes down the next lap. Me and Major get out identical. coming out of the pits. Oh, whoa! That fishtail. As we have a cone on the track. That fishtail coming out of the pits. As Bristol coming off the pits and onto the track, Bristol is one of the hardest places. It's one of the hardest places, as you see poor DJ spin coming back onto the track. As you see, I'm in P6. I'm in P6. 3 people hasn't pitted yet. That would be Trilogy, who you see up there in that white and in that, not white, that yellow and black number 20. Just hanging on for dear life. Justin in the 6. And another guy who I'm not sure. Trilogy he's just banging off the wall. Banging off the wall. We're going to clear him. Who's that? T-Mills. That was the third person. So T-Mills, Justin, and Trilogy. Now you're going to see something. Now you see, as those T-Mills, who's going to get out ahead of us. I mean, he's going to get out just behind us. He did gain some time. And Trilogy. And now you saw Justin on pit road. We'll see if they can gain like T-Mills did. But I think T-Mills took 2 tiles. Speaking of taking 2 tiles, as you see Justin come out of the pits, there he is. But you see the lead as everything is now cycled back. TG is out to a 5-second lead over me and 2.3 back to Major. TG took 2 tiles. That is a recipe for disaster. And I think T-Mills also took 2 tiles. As everything is now just stretched out. With 19 laps to go. And you can just tell off the get up as Luke gets ahead of T-Mills for 4th place. But this is the worst it's been all day long. I feel like it's just gotten worse and worse as the race went on. Not by much, because we're still uphill. But I don't know. I think the TG, I think a race to win, unless Major crashes, is gone. Got 16 laps. We have another problem now as Luke is starting to reel us in. We are just now loose. And you see Major is now closing in on TG. Very, very ominously. As I am catching TG rather quickly. Again, 2 tires will do that to you. We got 14 laps to go. You see TG and Major now side by side for the lead. And Major's going to get around him. TG's going to try to get back at him. That was drastic. That looked to be drastic, but no harm, no foul. We got 12 laps to go. As I just can't do anything with this. I don't think. Major is too good right now. And I gotta pass TG too. I might get TG. I'm not so sure. I don't think I'm gonna get Major at all. We're coming to 10 laps to go. And Lucas also starting to catch us. But I don't think it's gonna be by enough. This thing is just fishtailing loose. It's just not a good way to end this race. We are going to get a podium, though, unless we crash. Which I feel like it, because this thing is on edge at all times. I'm on the edge of control. Which is not what you want to be at Bristol. 8 laps to go. We are catching TG, though. He's just not in it right now. Those two tires right now are just eating him up alive. 7 to go. We caught like a second to a second and a half on him pretty quickly. We're now on him. Now with him on 2, you have to treat this cautiously. I feel like I can pass him at any moment. And with the gap 2 seconds back to Luke, I feel I'm just going to take this easy. I'm going to try to go inside. He hits the wall. We give each other plenty of room. 5 laps to go. He tries to cut me down. It's okay, though. We're going to get around him for P2. He ain't done. In his white deuce. We get a good corner, but we hit the wall. We got 4 laps to go. Now it's not the time to give people positions. As now this course has gotten terrible. 3 laps to go. I just gotta hold off TG, who's on 2 tiles. But this thing is just terrible right now. Coming to 2 laps to go. We're holding off TG. As we come into the white flag, 1 up to go. Presented by BJ's Traverson or hashtag cheap plug. I know he's gonna try something. I just gave him just some good hard racing. He's going to try to slide job for the final turn. He gets into me. But I'm going to get the runoff. And we got him. P2. That was an interesting final lap. Turn 1. TG just threw it into my back bumper. Hoping I was going to get loose. I didn't. Turn 3. We hit each other again. And yeah, the outside prevails. Major does go on to win the race. I get 2nd. Justin got 5th. And Major got 7th. So all of the playoff guys got a top 10. And I would consider this a very successful day. And with him getting 2nd, with me getting 2nd and Mayo getting 7th, I think we're tied. We are tied. Yeah, we are tied. At however many points. But, yeah, that was a really fun race. Really enjoyed it. I did what I needed to do. Hopefully I can do this for the next 2 races. And with that said, thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Hope you have a good day. And peace out, guys.